Hey, it's Jeremy Bowers here from the manager of the Center City and Avenue Arts office here at Coldwell Bank of Preferred. Today what I want to talk to you about is how to build a successful team. Some people are okay having an individual agent business, which is totally fine, and other people want to build teams. I've worked a lot on the individual agents so far in my videos, but today I want to work on if you want to build a successful real estate team. What I found is, for example, on my team, my old team now, I'm the manager, is you need to have value. If you didn't have value and you didn't have leads, the rest is irrelevant because sooner or later they're going to leave. But if you can build value and you can build leads, then you can have a successful team if you put some other things in place. Number one is you need to have structure. If you don't have structure with the team, then it's basically just a bunch of agents working together and no one's really grown the business and really making a lot of money off of it, and it's just something that's going to grow a tiny bit. If you put something in place like an assistant and have a listing manager, down the road have a closing manager, and then when you grow even farther have a full-time assistant for yourself as a team leader, then that's when you can make some more money and have structure in place for the team. But let's back up a little bit. First off, you're one person and you want to hire an assistant and you want to grow to a team. What's the first thing you need to do? You need to set aside money from your paychecks so you have $30,000, $40,000 saved, or half that, or a third of that, so you can pay an assistant to support you for the year. I've found people have typically saved anywhere from $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for that. And if you have a predictable business, you get away with $10,000. Just make sure you're bringing in the money so you can pay your assistant. When do you need that assistant? Typically around 30 to 40 deals I've found people need an assistant, and that's across the country. So that's the first step. When do you get that assistant? After you get that assistant, then if you want to get any other agents, like a buyer's agent or a listing agent, then you need to have some leads and value. If you don't have any leads, then eventually you're just going to leave. So let's talk about that. How can you find leads? Well, you need marketing. And marketing, basically you need to have some type of database. You need to have a monthly email going out with value to your database. And your assistant needs to send out the email. You need to create this each month. And you need to have this in place with Outlook or Top Producer reminding you to do this each month. Consistency is the key. Second off, you need to have a blog, some type of video editorial type of YouTube, and that needs to be going out once or twice a month to your database so you're staying in front of people with good value, good deals, things like that. Craigslist, you have to utilize Craigslist. You have to be able to post to Craigslist on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, and you need to be posting stuff to get them back to a website where they want to stay. Some of the websites that are going to give your buyer's agents value while they want to be on a team. If you want some more information on those sites like Zerpal, Tire Leads, Boomtown, the other websites that I know, let me know where you can get 100, 200 buyer leads a month depending on what you want to spend per month. Cost you anywhere from $250 to $3,000 a month. So you need mailers. So you need to do mailers once a quarter at a minimum, and you need to reach back to your past clients and center of influence. And you need to have that in a system, because if you don't do it, most people don't. You got to put them in Quantum Mail as a good site to put the leads into, and then you can send out postcards once a quarter to them and cost you around 45–50 cents. Mailers, do some just sold, just listed mailers. You need to do those around those areas that you really focus on is the key. It's the areas you focus on. Don't send them everywhere, because if you do that, then you're actually going to miss out on some opportunities with your local stuff. Prospecting. So basically we talked about marketing here. We have all the different ways of marketing, how you can find business from a marketing perspective. Now what we need to do is talk about prospecting. How are you going to basically convert those leads that you got from marketing and make money? Number one, you need to be accountable with your team and be a coach and make sure that they stay on a strict schedule. The biggest challenge I find in real estate is people don't have the work ethic or don't have the schedule in place to allow that work ethic to work for them. You may be working a ton of hours, but they don't have the right schedule to be efficient. So how are you going to keep your team accountable, like your buyer's agent, is you need to send a text message first thing in the morning around 7 o'clock, 6:30, and ask them what time they're coming in today and what's their goals today. Then you need to, in that text, report what you are doing that day. So you're putting yourself out there, you're exposing yourself to those people, and you're doing exactly what they're doing. You're in the trenches with them. Then send a text later in the day, around dinner time, and let them know what you accomplished, what you did well, what you didn't in a text. Same thing day in and day out. As soon as you stop that accountability, you'll see the business go down. Number 2, scheduling prospecting. At least if you're starting off with a new buyer's agent or a new listing agent, they got to be lead generating minimum 3 days a week. My reps had to do 5. Majority of the time I did 4, which got them the results. And a minimum around 3 hours a day. Minimum. That's minimum. If they don't have any business and they're not closing 24 deals a year, they should be on the phones 3-5 hours a day, or door knocking, or networking. I don't understand what else they'd be doing. You need to find their motivation. If you don't find their motivation and they don't have the work ethic, it won't work. So you need to find out what motivates them and realize what motivates you is totally different from what motivates another person. And there's many forms of prospecting, like I said, door knocking, hitting the phones, calling their past clients, calling their center of influence, calling just sold, just listed, calling buyer leads, socializing, networking. The schedule, they should be working a minimum 5.5 days a week, and they need to be working 40 to 55, 60 hours a week. If they don't do that, the chances of succeeding in real estate are going to be tough. Practice, you need to have 1 weekly meeting with your team, and if you only have 1 buyer's agent, 1 assistant, you need to have that every week. And what I would do if you only had 1 buyer's agent, do a separate meeting for the buyer's agent and a separate meeting for the assistant. With the assistant, once you get it rocking and rolling, you can have that another meeting working on the processes, things like that, every 2 weeks. But the sales meeting, working on sales skills, should be once a week. And then you also should have a conference call every day at 12 o'clock with the team. Quick 10, 15, 20 minutes going over the deals so everybody understands everybody's on the same track. So to recap what a day should look like, around 7 o'clock you should send a text out to your buyer's agent or listing agent and making them accountable. You should be in the office by 8 o'clock. You should be on the phones till about noon. From 12 to 12:30 you should have a team conference call or team meeting. 12:30 to 1:30 you should have lunch. 1:30 to 4 o'clock you should be emails, trends, CMAs, things like that, various to-dos. An hour and a half of your day, you have no idea where it goes, but that's what happens. And then 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock you should be on appointments. And that's a perfect day. Mindset, you should be positive. If you come down, they're going to come down. You always got to be positive mindset and bringing the positive feeling to the team. Interviewing. When you interview people, here's the key I found. You got to look for talent. Don't look at skills, look at talent. Classic example, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had talent, but he worked so unbelievably hard on his skills that made him who he is today. Kobe Bryant, everybody thinks Kobe's gifted. He has talent, but everybody in the NBA has a talent. What's the difference between Kobe and another guy who scores 5 points a day? His skills. When the other person's sleeping, or the person's sleeping in, Kobe's working on his game. When the game's over, Kobe's working on his game. Right now it's the holiday week, and a lot of people are off. I'm calling all my center of influence past clients, even though I'm a manager, and I can give those referrals out to people, and I'm thanking them for the business. Hey, thanks a million for working for me over the last couple of years. I know a lot of people don't thank you. I just want to tell you I appreciate all your business, and also I appreciate your referrals. Do you know how that makes someone feel? And also I wish you a Happy New Year. If you do that and stay in touch with them 4 times a year, you'll see the referrals. That's just one part of what we teach and what I've done over the years that I can help you grow the business. Work on the business. So if you're running a team, when you're going to work on your business, you got to do it when you don't want to. You know, when you're watching a football game late at night, block off time during the week. You're going to work in your business most of the week, but you spend a little bit of time each week on working on your business if you're going to grow the team. And to recap that once again is you need to A, have a positive mindset. B, you need to find people that have talent, that you can create the skills. You need to have structure and accountability. You need to have a schedule you need to have value, and the value is the leads and the systems. If you don't have the leads, you don't have the systems, the rest kind of falls apart. That's just a short introduction of how to produce a successful team. I know it, 2011, 125 transactions. I've only been doing 5-6 years. Every year grew at 20%, 25%. So I know what it takes to do this. If you want to learn more and you want to see what we're doing here and how we have some people in our office doing 150, 175, 200 transactions a year, and a 2011, 2012 market that people are saying isn't that good, call me. 215-370-9107 is my cell. 215-370-9107. And my email is jbowers@cbpref.com. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.